Hi all, welcome to another self-fought review. I am a Masters Reinhardt OTP, and this is just one of my ranked games that we're looking at. Um, Somehow we've landed back on Esperança. Happens. Esperança is the map with the two big high grounds in the middle at the first point. You always want to take those. They're right on the path of the payload. Um, just a great position to hold. And even, I as Reinhardt don't want the position, but my team might, so, you know, taking control of this is very important. And contesting the other team's side is also very important. Um, Point less important because if you take point, you always have to come right up to where the enemy high ground is, and then you get shot. Yeah, that's about it. This time our team is more like, I don't know, nothing specific. We have Sojourn Genji. That's Sojourn is really nice with Reinhardt. She gets a slide in with a lot of your engages, but she's also, uh, you know, constantly outputting pressure, just doing damage. She has railgun. Um, and she's also really good at off angling. Yeah, again with slide and so on. Does pretty well with Reinhardt. Juno's nice. Speedring. Um, Bap. Bap's generally like one of the best for Reinhardt. Lamp is really good because it just saves you, but like at a range, it's much easier to lamp someone further away than it is to hit a Suzu. Um, but Bap's a lot weaker nowadays. He got buffed again, so he's like fine. Um, yeah, I don't know. He's good. He does stuff, but nothing special. I don't think you should like purposefully try and int because you're like, oh, I have lamp. I don't think that's a good move. But lamp's nice sometimes. Genji kind of depends, but for sure a more aggressive comp, right? Like Sojourn, she can just kind of shoot and then slide in with you on the engage if you want. But Genji's just shooting phase is much worse. He kind of really needs an engage. He needs something to happen. But if something happens, he's pretty good. So yeah, pretty aggressive team comp, but yeah, pretty good. Let's see. Bang. Again, just like last map, I want to look at the enemy team's high ground, try and take it. They have Bastion, so Bastion's pretty bad for Reinhardt generally. Just, Reinhardt wants to get in, wants to walk on someone. To do that, you need HP, you need resources, and so on. And you need the time to get there, right? And to cross the space. But Bastion just does 1 million billion damage, so he's really good at just not letting you cross any space because of the threat of his Bastion form. It also melts your shield and so on, so you can't even like walk up holding shield because it'll not last long enough. So baiting Bastion form is really core to this matchup. And they used it very early, so right now, just living, trying to kite maybe if we need to, and then going in after Bastion forms, a good take. Next thing we see here is they have Roadhog. He's pretty bad for Reinhardt, to be honest. He does similar amounts of damage to Bastion. Not as much on range, like he can't just poke you out like Bastion can, like or break your shield from far, but he still just kind of denies you walking in. He has hook to completely fuck you up. And even without hook, just, you know, he does a lot of damage and he can just walk on you for free. Um, so yeah, trying to find a way around the Roadhog while also they don't have Bastion form is what I'm trying to do. The rest of the team is fine. Generally, I'd say Soldier and Bap are the main targets here. Mercy just has too much movement. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, just, you know, waiting out the form. I'd like to walk, but the Roadhog's scary. They used hook. I can try and walk maybe. Walking up. Noticed there was no one there anymore, so tried to go in. Okay, so, right here, right? It's me versus Roadhog, which is, like, fine. I blocked his hook and whatever, but I'm... Like I said earlier, Roadhog wins against me, and I'm not doing anything right now. So generally the strat is, you know, see the Roadhog, go on the other side. Go on the other angle. So in this case, it would be this side, especially because they all drop the high ground, so there's nothing I need to contest. I can just go here and it's fine because they don't have the high ground anyway. I also got speed ringed, which helps me on the rotate, which is nice. And then so here, I saw the Genji engage, right? Engaging with Genji is pretty good. Before the rotate, I also saw hook. I don't know if it's back. Maybe it's a little bit... It's not back yet, yeah. So, you know, I baited hook earlier on the other angle. Now I'm here. Now I can engage with the Genji. They do have Bastion form, which is scary. Bang pin. But then the Bastion form melts me. We also do end up droning my corpse, lamping my corpse, you know, crap stuff. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't, I didn't actually know that, like, everything was ready, I guess. Like, I knew they didn't have a hook, but I didn't know whether they had form, and, you know, it got me killed. I think the pin's fine if they don't have form. They don't have enough damage to do anything yet. But they do have Bastion form, and that just melts me. And I mean, there's very little I can even gain from the pin. Well, if I hit like Bap or Soj, I guess that's big. Or if, you know, I hit something and then the Genji gets a kill, that's also nice. But those are pretty specific scenarios. It's very risky because I don't know about Bastion form. I think just walking up normally is like super fine. Like here, just walk, 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 walk. Like at this point, I'm just here still swinging. You know, they used form. I could just swing on this corner right here, like swing, swing, wait for form to end. They use slide, and then after form, you know, I can go in. I think that's infinitely better than what I did. Would have also been fine if I got lamped, but you know, don't always gotta do stuff like that. The pin aggressive engage with my Genji did do enough though, together with my awesome DPS doing awesome DPS things, that we won the fight somehow. Oh, too far. Yeah. A little bit more. Okay, so I started at the top. Um, we're pretty much all there. The Juno's a little late, so if we lose instantly, we know why. But this is fine. Uh, the high ground's kind of over at this point. We've already pushed the bot pretty far. Holding this high ground would be like fine. Like it would be good. You know, the Soj can shoot from here. But like I said earlier, the Genji doesn't want to do that. The Genji wants a more aggressive engage. And right now, my Soj, I guess, also wants an aggressive engage. So she's not even playing up here, so this is not valuable anymore. So at this point, I just want to join up with them, which would be on this angle, this corner here. Which is conveniently also where I can push the bot. I can take over for the BAP, and the BAP can take a better position. So push bot, and then try and engage with the Genji Sojourn that are set up right now. Some nice fire strikes. They use Bastion form. I hear my ulti. That's a hook that kind of fucked me up, but a few things. So like I said, my Genji. How is my Juno dead? That's pretty crazy. My Genji and my Sojourn are set up for an aggressive engage, so, and I am too now because I saw that and I want to go with them, right? I hear the Sojourn ulti, which is basically, you know, the input to go. It's go time, as she says. Pin in is good, I think. I mean, I could have walked, but there's no reason to walk. Like Bastion form is there, but like it was already in use. Like at this point, you know, now they use form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, now it's basically already over, so that's fine. You know, I can pin. The other reason is also, even if they do have form, I would want to pin like around here and be able to shield my Sojourn so she can just ult for free. But yeah, pinning for damage here is fine. The pin comes out, but I cancel it. So the thing is, right, I always think I'm gonna miss the pin. I always think, oh, it's not gonna grab anyway, and then I cancel, right? Because if you don't cancel and you slam into the wall, you're stuck for a little bit longer, right? Like the animation's a little worse, and you can get punished for that. Like if you don't cancel and if you slam into the wall. But the way to get around this, like, will they, won't they get in my pin problem, is just, this is a super safe pin. Like I said, you know, I want to pin here anyway. My soldier's ulting, BAP has LOS on me. You know, we're stepping in. There's not a lot of damage I can take. Unless Roadhog, but that happens, you know, either way, so... Like, even in a scenario where I don't hit the pin and I slam the wall, this still works out fine. And finding pins that are like that are, you know, always good hits, or even, you know, okay misses, is the way to stop canceling all the time for no fucking reason. So, that would have been good. Let's keep watching. I get hooked. Like I said, you know, hook kind of fucks everything up all the time. It's fine. So I can kill the Mercy, that's fine. And now we win. Okay. Let's go. There we go. My team's already up there and in there. They got a pick, that's big. So I can just walk for free. Beautiful fire strike. They use a lot of ultis, so we want to kite. Ah, I did the cart thing again. No, no, we were losing anyway. I just wanted to get out, I think. Well, let's see. So, at this point, um, you know, they used Bastion, they used app Matrix, that's what it's called. Those are pretty scary. And we're down. Where's my fourth? Oh, Genji's here. Genji's in. I think he dies in a second. Yep, now he's dead. Okay, there we go. Um, so I can like see in my mind how I'm thinking, oh, we're down to, they have ultimates. I'm just gonna push card. We lost anyway, but low key, like here's 3. The Bastion was barely even back. Like it's kind of a 3v3. Um, okay, wait. It's not winnable. I think continuing the fight and winning it is not happening, but it's livable. Like I could have walked back here and just joined up with my Sojourn and walked up the stairs and out for free. And you know, she can fly. That's her problem, not mine. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like at this point we could be out. Um, I see my Soj slid in, but she did do that because I'm also in, right? So. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think this is fine, you know, just dying on card. But there's a scenario where we get out. But I think it's fine to do this. Oops. Yeah. 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 Next fight. Okay, here we're back. We're back at the main point, the midpoint here. We want the high ground. So I'm telling my team, group up, group up. Let's go through here, and take our high ground because that's what we want to contest. The cart. We want this spot because if we come from here, then they just get to hold us high ground for free and do a like they just get to see us the entire time. There's no cover there. So you pretty much always want to take this top, unless like you're just taking the fight on this corner already. But they've just barely pushed. They're still at the middle, so we want to meet them at the middle on this high ground. Right.
The enemy's pushing. Let's take care of them.
Stand behind me, friends.
Big shatter.
Much obliged.
Yep, that's true. And out, you know, take some space. I think it's good, but let's look at why it's good. So here, waiting. I waited a little bit because the Roadhog just solo ulted me, and you know, even though we killed him and it was a good resource trade, and we're up tank now technically, right? I still took a lot of damage and so on. So, and I think we also lamped. So we're down some resources, so we want to wait a little bit, regroup, you know, get me back to full HP, and then I can pin in. And this pin is me just being really scary, you know? They all turn around to me. The BAP's contested now. And the BAP's just in a really bad position, so he's dead. Now we take card, which is good. I also want to keep walking up. I don't want to just want to push card. I want to help my Soj. Okay, well, I couldn't. Well, let's see. I don't know. So So I just killed Bap. What are my cooldowns like? 1 second off pin. I think it might have been better. You know, I kind of just thought, oh, my Soldier's in cover. We'll push the bot and then we'll pincer them, but oh, she peeks the cover a little. No, she just gets slid on. Like, I could have pinned here. I could have been here. I could have been here and helped her out. I think that's what I should have done. There's no reason to just push cart. There's no value I'm creating on cart on the push spot. So yeah, I think just pinning to the Soj, taking this high ground, and playing together with her on the more aggressive angle. You know, taking space, and ensuring we actually win the fight. That would have been better. See, now she's dead, but bang! I'm learning. Look, I walk back. You know, just play safe now. Wait for the team. Now we're 4, I think. Okay, well. Wait. In the moment, it felt good. And I thought I was doing the right thing, but maybe... Now, they're also down BAP. It was a 4v4. It was winnable, I think. Yeah, I'm waiting. 3. Waiting. 4. See, now it's me, Genji, Bap, Juno versus Roadhog, Kiri, Bastion, Soj. Bap's still on his way back. He's not close. Soj still on her way back there. She's not close. So, it was an even 4v4. They use Soj ulti. I want to just... I see. So I see Soj ulti. I think walk back, let's kite it. Like, I'm just hard shielding it off and walking backwards. And my team is like, let's Juno Blade. And Bab ulti. And then we just get fucked. Because I saw, like, I heard all the ultis happening. I saw my Genji walk in, and I'm like, okay, I gotta walk in. And then, you know, I made his mistake, my mistake. Man, then we used those 3 ultis really fucking bad. I think I didn't make a mistake there, though.
They're pushing ahead. Take them out.
What's next?
Yeah, I mean, I made a mistake at the beginning to let my Soj die, but afterward, I think the 4v4 was fine. I think I kited correctly, and, you know, we just didn't we weren't on one wavelength. Now we're on Reaper. Reba. And he's dead. I'm just waiting, we're down 1. I don't want to do too much. He respawned, so I'm like, okay, I can do a little bit. That was maybe too much already. I'm still fine. I used Suzu for no reason. Let's see. So when I'm dropping, we're kind of down. Oh. No, he does TP. Wait. Let's see post TP. See, after TP, it doesn't look that bad. Wait, what's my shield at? I should have at least waited for the TP. Like, at the time, I was thinking, oh, it's Reaper. He just TPs out of spawn, and he's right here. So I just waited for him to respawn, but... I should have waited longer. It doesn't feel good to wait even longer, but I think it's what I should have done. Anyway, for this point, this high ground here is really good. Especially for their team to take. Like they just have a huge, wonderful, beautiful sideline. That's kind of what their BAP's going for. Their BAP's kind of cooking. I kind of wanted to walk up. I can't even... I'm not even taking it, though. I don't need to. I get Bastion form. That's fine, right? Bait out the Bastion form. Yeah. I mean, the problem is, right? By going too early without the Reaper, I wasted a lot of my shield. And... like right here... 700, walk up a little bit, shield it off, I'm fine, but... look, I only have 100 shield. Like, I knew the hook was coming, but I just don't have the shield. So if I just waited for my Reaper, I could have had shield and don't get hooked. That's much better. The rest is fine, like, I get Lamp, that's fine. I get Suzu, that's a complete and utter waste and just a troll by main Kiriko. Wouldn't have happened if I didn't get hooked, you know? So, troll by me as well, but yeah. I mean, I can't really walk out anyway. I mean, as soon as I just get hooked, it's kind of over. There's just nothing more to do. Yeah, that's fine. Also, trying her hardest.
Your team has lost the lead.
I was thinking about the Shatter, but he just gets Suzu'd and bailed and 1 million HP, so don't do it. I thought they would walk up with the Kitsu. That's why I did that.
Let's take care of them.
So I think we got a good timing engage-wise. That's fine. They use Kitsu. Kitsu's pretty scary, right? So I'm trying to shield it off, but I can't. There's Kitsu Bastion form, so I'm like, oh shit, I need to walk back. I can't shield this.
This ends now.
And I really did think, you know, they would keep walking with the Kitsu. I don't know why they didn't. I guess they just knew. The Soch was just already walking away. Ah, I see. We also Soj ulted. We Soj ulted, they were scared of the Soj ulti, walk away, and then my hammer down hits 0. That's really unlucky. That's still fine, though. I get ulted, that's also fine. The thing with Roadhog ulti is, so, like, it does a bunch of damage up close, right? There's, like, 10 projectiles that come out here that each do 30 damage, and you can get completely fucked if you're standing in it. So for Reinhardt, you don't want to tank it, you want to hold shield. First thought. But they also do knockback, which can save you, right? If you just ride the knockback right, you can use it to get to safety. So the best thing for Reinhardt to do is actually to try and tank a few of the hits, so you can, you know, get to safety. Well, it depends. Like right here, you don't want to tank him. You want to shield, walk back, and then you can maybe tank a few and you know. But yeah. So just flash shield a few times, but also take a few hits is how I'm getting this rotate out here. Yep. It's fine. I'm waiting for a recover and all of their ultis to run out. That's fine.
Let's take care of it.
Pin's fine. Here, I saw the hook happen, right? I see the hook. So I tried to like keep swinging and keep walking like into him so that I would be covering it, but like see I'm walking to the left and trying to cover it, but it doesn't work. I could have just tried shielding it. I think I think that's much more likely to work. Just shield it forehead. Still maybe fine. Oh no, my Soj died. And I died as well. Yeah, okay. Alright, over, GG. So, this is like very last fight territory, right? We're all scared. I'm going in at this point. I realize, you know, like, like the last time, it's a little bit card focused, but Roadhog's over here for some reason. I could see that they didn't have a Roadhog, right? And this corner is really quite good, quite safe, and it lets me touch as well. But then I saw no Roadhog. Let me go and swing. So I forced form and I forced Suzu. Great stuff. My Kiriko staggered herself. That's really unlucky. But now that I've made them use that stuff, I just need to chill, right? So I'm chilling, just contesting, taking no damage, just chilling. That was actually really solid. That was actually really nice how I lived. But well, we really do need the touch because it's like almost over. The only people I can't really walk on this. Bastion just fucks me up. He probably has form back at this point. Oh, that's my Bastion. He doesn't have form yet. I could have walked on the Bastion. Or I could walk on this, right? I think those are my best options. So at this point, I see, you know, the hogs kind of going in, and I need to be doing something. I should have kept trying to do something instead of hold shield here. And then I did. You know, we got the Soj kill. That's nice. Now we go back for touch. It's good. And my Tracer kind of into it by also going for that touch. We're still fine. Oh. I'm not finding, like, the right moments to go for something. Do I have pin here? I should have low-key just pinned in and killed those two. But I'm just too worried. I'm just scared of stuff happening. But I'm just doing nothing because I'm so scared. I just need to start playing the game. Yeah, look, now we're just taking we're just taking it. And now we're all zen? Okay, huge, man. Yeah, okay, it's over. This one's a little bit one-sided, I admit, but it was just the update as well, which is why we're even on this map again, because it's just the first game I got again after the update. Um, but I'd say the main things are actually um the the Soj bit, especially. Um, like I noticed that they were a good player, and I tried to play around them a little bit, like enable them as best I could, but I could have done a lot more. Um, I mentioned last time the like conservative playstyle thing. Um, I think this time I was just playing a little bit too safe. I sat on the car, I pushed the car because, it's a safe thing to do. It always gets a little bit of value. Or here, I was scared of doing too much and going on the Kiriko or the Bastion or the Soj that was here, just in case, the card gets on. Um, but just sitting on cart is fine, but then I'm leaving it up to my team, right? And this was just not the kind of game to do that in. Let me put it that way. Um, so first of all, trying to not necessarily play around or with the team, but just specifically like enable my teammates to do something. Like I'm seeing my Soja on the off angle, and either I think, let's walk in at the same time, or, join her on that angle if I think she's gonna get contested. Um, just go back to the Soj thing. I can probably find it. I did almost find it. I'm the goat. Yeah, here it is. Right, like, um, I think it's way, way better to at this point just go help my Soj out. And it also gets me value because I get to start, I get to pin here and fucking attack these guys, Um, and the other thing is just finding the right timing. Like at the ending there, uh, yeah, it was just a bit too conservative and too safe. Um, which is good, which is fine. I lived great. I think, I played uh surviving Reinhardt really well, and I got the card touch, but that doesn't do anything if your teammates um can't play around it, right? If they're just dying, you just sitting on card isn't gonna help out. So I needed to go out and do something. No matter how great I might be at living, it doesn't matter if my team dies, right? So yeah, I think that's about it for this one. See you next time.